Well, day one at the World Economic Forum at Davos was marked by some pretty interesting conversations at the Congress Center on rebuilding trust. But while that happened within the premises of the WEF, what we did at NDTV Profit and the NDTV network went well beyond that. We were talking to guests about the India promise, with India being the oasis of growth in a world which is marked by being fractured, deglobalized, or if you will, globalization and more. So here's what conversationalists told us. Manish Kejriwal of Kedara mentioned that he saw more promise and investments in infrastructure projects in India. It was an interesting point wherein he said that global private equity majors would be now at the forefront of making large investments in infra in India, something that was absent over the last so many years. He spoke about how the government is now no longer being headwinds, but providing tailwinds to global investors, and which was a pretty interesting point. Niranjan Gupta of Hero MotoCorp, while confident about the growth story of Hero, because he said that Hero is moving from being a company which thrived at the regular category or the non-premium category or the lower horsepower category or lower CC category to the higher CC category and the premium category as well. He did mention that he saw substantial interest into the India conversation, both on the manufacturing side as well as manufacturing in India for the world. We saw some pretty interesting conversations with Noshir Kaka, who's PwC's co-lead of technology globally, and he mentioned that companies across the world are talking about making significant investments in India, and global capability centers upping their demand for real estate in India, particularly in South India, was just the tip of the iceberg. And talking about global companies, companies like IKEA, companies like Checkpoint, which is an $18 billion company in security systems, spoke about how India is emerging as the forefront, both in terms of getting talent for the world as well as becoming a market for consumption, both B2B and B2C. So a lot of optimism around India on day one of the WEF, at least in conversations that we've had on NDTV Profit and the NDTV network, none less than the one which was marked by Borge Brende of the WEF, who said that India will probably become a $10 trillion economy by the turn of this decade. And he saw multiple sectors which will benefit out of this growth that is happening in India. Thanks so much for tuning into the NDTV network all through today. And we promise to bring you the best and the most relevant voices over the course of the next 4 days from WEF at Davos.